For some reason, we make calibrating pH meters far more complicated than it ought to be. In this little short video, I'm going to show you how to calibrate your pH meter, not just any pH meter, but every pH meter. But most important, I'm going to show you how fast and how easy it is, so you will no longer have to complain that your pH meter is so difficult to deal with. So stay with me, folks, and let's talk about how this works. Hey folks, this is Phil with Alabama Hot Sauce. That's alabamahotsauce.com on the web. When I look on social media and in my emails and anywhere else where the subject of pH meters come up, the most common thing I find is people saying, it is so aggravating to calibrate my meter. I've quit using my meter because it's difficult to calibrate. I'm now using test strips. There seems to be a tremendous amount of angst when it comes to calibrating these meters. So what I wanted to do in this video is I wanted to show you really how simple it is to calibrate your pH meter. Not your particular brand or my particular brand, but every pH meter. They all work with a few small differences the same way. First, pH meters are a little more hardy than we give them credit for. I use mine daily. I keep them sitting in a glass measuring cup, just standing up in here. I keep my calibration samples in the measuring cup. I begin the morning by calibrating my meter. I don't necessarily need to calibrate it that often, but I use it so much, and it's so easy, I do it each morning. Now, all you need to calibrate your pH meter is you need a little container of distilled water. You need a 7.0 calibration standard and a 4.0 calibration standard. And of course, you need your pH meter. Now, all you need to do is turn on your meter, uncap it, and slosh it around in this water. I just simply shake it off. Then, while you're in the measurement mode, you go immediately to your number 7 sample. You press the calibration button, or whatever button you use to get your machine into calibration mode, and the number 7 starts blinking. Now, once the number 7 stops blinking, it is now calibrated at the mid-level, which is a pH of 7.0. You take it out, you slosh it around, you go directly to the 4.0 mode, you wait for it to settle down, you press your calibration button, it goes into calibration mode, the 4.0 blinks. When it stops blinking, your meter's calibrated. Now, when I put this video up, I'll try to find a timer to show you just how quick that calibration was. I guarantee you it was under a minute. Now, many people say, well, but that don't work because I have an Apera meter. This is an Apera pH 60. It differs from this one. This is an exposed probe, which I absolutely prefer. And the Apera pH 50 is a hooded probe, but we do it the same way. I'm going to turn my machine on. As soon as you get your machine on, you slosh it around in your clear water, shake it to dry it. You always go to the 7.0 first. Once you get it in there, you let your number stabilize, and you press the calibration button. On the Apera, the number doesn't blink, but down below there's a little smiley face that pops up once this meter is successfully calibrated. There you go. We see our smiley face. We're now calibrated at the 6.0 level. We rinse it off, and we go to the 4.0. We give it a second to stabilize so it figures out what kind of solution it's in. You have to turn it off and turn it back on. So I'll do that. And then you push the calibration button. You go into calibration mode, the little smiley face pops up, and the 4.0 is calibrated, okay? And that's all there is to it, folks. Now, I will tell you that the fancier meters like the Apera, sometimes you have to turn them off between calibrations, sometimes you don't. These things have so many different things they will do that you have to make sure that you are in the measurement mode when you go into your solution, and that you push calibrate until calibrate shows up. But in any event, I wanted you to see how very simple it is to calibrate these meters. It is not complicated, and this step, by turning it on in the measurement mode, putting it in your solution, and pushing whatever button you need to push on your meter to get into calibration mode, that step works for every pH meter I have ever seen, and I've seen dozens and dozens of them. Now, there's something else I want to point out to you. There's a sense out there that these meters are exceptionally sensitive. By that I mean not very mechanically robust. I don't believe that's the case. I don't keep my meters in any kind of case. I've dropped them. I've done all kinds of things. Now, if you drop it on the probe and break a probe, you got to replace that. That happens on occasion. But I basically just keep my meters on my desktop, right here in this measurement jar, or this measuring cup. And they sit there all the time until I go to use them. It's also important to point out that tomorrow, that calibration will still be there. And the day after, and the day after. I've tested pH meters where I go as much as a month or a month and a half in between calibrations. They work just as good. The only reason you calibrate is because things can happen. You can bang them around. You can have little fluctuations in the battery power, which throw it off calibration. So we calibrate mostly to check them to make sure that they're reading at neutral and at acidity, at least within a reasonable degree of accuracy. And that is simply all it is to it. Folks, don't be afraid of these pH meters. Learn to use yours. It's very important that you calibrate these things, but it's also important that you understand how simple calibration is. I want to thank you for joining me on this little video. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and ring the bell so YouTube will know that you have an interest in my videos. Once again, folks, I hope you learned something here. I'll see you next time. Hey, folks, Mr. Phil here. Thank you for joining us. I had a couple of movie suggestions up top you might like. Click them and see what you think. While you're here, subscribe to our channel. Thank you.